Good evening, everybody. Usually we choose some subject and I talk about the subject, explain about this subject. Today we decided that we don't give any special subject and we leave this evening for questions. So if you want to ask anything about any things that you wish to know, you're most welcome.
How can I learn to let go more easy?
Very good question. Because you see, actually the Buddha was scientist. The subject that his subject of science, it was this suffering. After he searched for the reason of the suffering and how to overcome it, he find his 5 friends that they used to practice before, and then he start to explain them about what he find out. And then what he find out that the reason that we are suffering is the attachment. The Buddha call it tan'a. It means the thirsty. This is the way that we cannot let go. We have one things that cannot let go. For example, I don't give you my things. I have something I don't want to give you. But we have another kind of cannot learn to let go. This is, I hold it and I wanted to push it away. But I cannot let these things to go. So I must to push it away. Because sometimes we have things that we don't like them. And they are still there and we push them away, but they are still there. We don't want them. This is still attachment. And Buddha said that these 2 kinds of things, actually the attachment or the tan'a or the holding, is the one that causes us suffering. I try to give more example to understand the difference. For example, I'm thinking now about tomorrow, I have to do this and this. It's very interesting to me and very important for me. So I cannot let it go because the people tell, just look at rising and falling. But it's very important for me, for example. So this is something that I cannot let go. Another kind of let go, like I said, for example, I have pain in my knees. And it's enough for me. I don't like this pain. Why is it disturbing me? You see, I cannot let it go also. I'm fighting with it. These things which is good and I cannot let go, it's make me suffer. These things which is not good for me and also I cannot let go, also make me suffer, okay? But for example, the book is sitting here. Actually, I don't care about them. It don't make any suffering to me. I didn't think about them. Just I look for example and I say, okay. And then something like this, I don't care. When I don't, I let go to this. And then it doesn't make any suffering to me. It's not touch me. If I don't tell you anything about the book, nobody will pay attention. It will not disturb to anyone. But what will be in the moment that I think, this book is here, maybe you will see the book and you don't like that the room is misorder and start to disturb me. I cannot talk with you all the time. My mind will be attached to this book and I don't want them. Maybe I have to bring him back to the table there. In this case, it's attachment, but with disliking, okay? But you think, this book, in the page number 10, there is something very interesting. I must, after the lesson, I must read this again, and I must learn it, and I want so much already that the lesson will finish, and I can read the page number 10. You see, this is attachment with happiness. But still, I cannot let go. So the Buddha find out actually that these 2 kinds of what we call greed and anger, okay? It exists in our mind. The Buddha used another word. He said tosa and lopa. Tosa, it's the aversion, it's the anger, and lopa, it's the attachment to us, the greed. Actually, if we go deep, you see that, for example, this is my Andy, I never give you. This is also lopa, attachment. I'm a monk, I'm better than you, I know better than you. Yeah. This is also attachment. I know better, I am Buddhist. What you doing? I know better than you. You yoga, no good. Only Buddha is the best. Also attached to my idea. I know. You see this attachment to the holding many ways. Also the idea. If we talk about tosa, aversion, someone tell me something not nice. I hate these people, I don't like. Why he speak to me no good? I hold what he say to me. Maybe sometime few years, maybe many years. I can 50 years, 60 years. People make to me something bad. I'm so angry about them. I cannot let go what he make to me. I think every one of you carry this kind of people in your bag. You can tell any one of you can tell that he make peace with everybody in the world, and nobody carry anyone in the shoulder yet. You see, you're talking about difficult for you to let go, but actually everybody have this. Huh? What about when, for example, your son will go to India? Yes. This how much? You understand? And war is there. You see, I understand it for sure. Actually, everybody have, even my mother. Every weekend we are calling, talking. Oh, Mama, how are you? I thinking about her. She think about me. And for children, it's very difficult. No. You can? Please don't forget to translate this one. I tell you that this is one thing that I really admire and appreciate, and I know how much my mother she was. In this life at least I was not a mother. I cannot really feel what the mother feel. But because I'm practicing meditation and I'm sensitive, I can understand my mother. She said to me one time, I know I have to make you free. If it's make you happy, I have to deal with this by myself. And when she told me this, I understand how much wise and strong she is. That's why every week I try a little bit to make her life easy, because I'm traveling a lot. So before I'm flying, I'm coming to her first to say goodbye. When I'm coming back to Israel, immediately I come to say hello to her. She never want any present for me. Every week I try to call her before. She said, why you call me first? I want to call you. We are making competition who call first. And I know how much it's difficult for her. But when we are practicing meditation, it's helping us. It's teaching us. And this I will touch. And then we say, I gave example of I just finished this subject about the attachment, but the opposite. So we talk about the anger, worry, you see, and then hatred. These people, I hate them. Why they do? Many years I can hate this kind of ill will. And we have also jealousy. Oh, Bill Gates, why he millionaire so much? I never millionaire. And this is we call it jealousy. So this is one attachment to us and one attachment for, but both of them suffering because they are attachment. And the Buddha says, as long as this attachment is in our mind, sometimes they come. Okay, they don't come together, they come different, and then we feel suffering inside us. He said, theoretically, if we can clean these things from the mind, we are learning to let go, and then our suffering will go down and down. And down. The Buddha said, we are lucky because it's possible to change it. And how to do it? He described something like, I give example to make it easy. Big tree of attachment, or holding, or big tree of the worry. Every time that we look at this, we acknowledge, for example, missing, thinking, or worry, or wanting. So slowly, cutting from the tree. It's not possible for you to do in one meditation, boom. No. But slowly, the Buddha, what he described it like a dust. And then what happened is that every time you acknowledge something, like you are cleaning the dust from the eyes. But we are talking about the love. How can we cut the love? Not good to cut the love. I explain you about 3 kinds of love. One kind of love, the Buddha say, he call it piya. And this is the love with attachment. And the Buddha say, everything in life is impermanent, changing. And if we have the intense or the way that we love is by attachment, we all the time afraid to lose it. So we live under fear all our life. I can understand very clear that Mama in Israel, every children need to go to the army. What happened when you go to the army? She cannot sleep at night. Yeah, this is this. He said, if this is the way that you used to love things around you, better you don't love anyone, because all the time you're afraid. Without comparing, okay? But if someone, the man, he have Mercedes-Benz and he loves his Mercedes-Benz with attachment, all the time he's afraid something will happen. Yeah, for sure, the children is not Mercedes-Benz. About this I'm just talking about the idea that how much the holding, this love with attachment, the pia, can create suffering on us. Wow, very difficult. Second kind of love is love with sense doors. The Buddha call it kama. Wow, this color I like so much. Oh, this smell, ooh, I like so much. This taste, delicious, I like so much. And the Buddha said, what the problem of this? The problem is that everything impermanent, changing. This is the love that depends on the sense doors. I see something, I hear something, I smell something, I taste something, I feel something. This is what I like. The Buddha said the sense doors is working on you like a drug, tricking you. You see how much this love that attached to the sense doors depend. It depends on the object, which is changing all the time. It depends on the direction between you and the object, which changing all the time. Depend on your organ, eyes, ear, changing all the time. It depends on your perceptions, changing all the time. Tricking you. I fall in love with so beautiful woman. And then she get pregnant. She's not beautiful the same. I go to another one. Yeah. Difficult, huh? Very bad. This is nature. This is every day happen. That's why I say if this is your way to love something, this is not the real love. You will suffer a lot. But there is love that the Buddha teach. This is the love of the loving kindness. He say, if we talk about level, how much person should love, it's the same like the mother holding the only baby she have. How much she excited she can give her life for him. This is the way that the person have to love all the creatures. But first he have to love himself. If he don't know to love himself, he never love others. Every time after finish sitting meditation, we teach the people to send the merit, to send the loving kindness to all the creatures. Even I know them, if I don't know them, even they hurt me, I still send them loving kindness. You want to see example which alive? Everybody I think know about the Dalai Lama. There is anyone which don't know who is the Dalai Lama? Even the Chinese make him so much troubles, he still love them. He's walking and smiling like a little child wherever he go. No different between children and old people. Men and women. Someone beautiful, someone not beautiful. Criminal or I don't know, some religion person. Everybody love them. Show respect to everybody. And this is example of someone. That's why the Buddha say, example, sometimes people coming, they say, oh, complain this and this and this. And then about, I say, if you have the birds, you really like the birds, so you close the gate or you open the gate. This is the love of loving kindness. It's not dependent on anything, on anyone. It's love without condition. But like I said, first we have to love ourselves. That's why when we are after sitting meditation, we send merit, but first we send to ourselves. After we send to others. So beside practicing mindfulness and cutting the anger and the worry and the attachment and all these things by mindfulness, we also developing the loving kindness. I teach you now. I just show example when sometime in Israel I give this example of the mother which is worried so much about the son in the army or whatever. I say if you are at home and you are worried for the child which is in the army, you are not helping him. You take him and you take for him energy. He stay there. He protect on the country. He need you to encourage him. You don't need now to hear the mama which is said. You need the mama to give him more confidence. I tell her, how much you are strong more, this is helping him more. Yes. How much you are strong more, he will be happy more. I was traveling in Philippines, coming back from the disco, whatever, so much enjoy. I talk with my mother, you worry. I say, come on, I am having good time and you are crying because you think I have something no good. So I gave example of the army and the son, and I said to her, what about the other children in your home? They don't need you? You are now so much low energy because you're worried about your son. You also have to be strong to make them strong. But not only this, you have to take care for another children you have at home. They're all equal. So So that's why it's very important for you to acknowledge all this worry, all this anger, all this wanting and the attachment, and to clean them, and in the same time to develop the loving kindness. In which way you can develop the loving kindness? For example, you finish the meditation, you finish sitting meditation, then the concentration concern to be the Most High. Actually, we can do it any time that we wish. We keep the eyes closed, and then first we wish good for ourselves. May I be happy, free from suffering, free from enemy, free from sickness, free from any kind of bad luck. May I find the real happiness. Whatever you want to wish for yourself. May I live long life. May I be happy. May I be strong and I overcome all the difficulties in myself. May I be good mother. May I be good wife. Whatever, or good husband. What you want to wish for yourself. For if mama, papa, may I learn to be good boy or good girl or whatever. So whatever you want to wish for yourself. Yeah. Any sickness, may I overcome the sickness. May I success in the work or with the examination. Or after you finish to bless yourself, you can send a wish to all the creatures. May all the creatures be happy, free from suffering, free from enemy, free from sickness, free from any kind of bad luck. May all will find the real happiness. And then you can send especially to people, for example, your own papa, mama. Okay, if there's anyone is not alive, may go to better place. Your children, your partner, your close family, your far family, brother, sister, whoever. Friends, neighbors, people you like, people you don't like. If you know about people that need help, maybe he's in the hospital or you have any test or you need to, anything, whatever, you can especially send to him. May you recover from the sickness, may you overcome the, you have examination, success in the examination or success in the operation. After you send blessing to yourself, you send blessing to all the creatures. If I hurt myself in any way, may I learn to forgive myself. If anyone hurt me with or without intention, by speech, by thinking, by action, if I remember or I not remember, may I will learn to forgive them. If I hurt any of the creatures, any of the sentient beings, with or without intention, by thinking, speaking, or action, if I remember or I don't remember, may he will learn to forgive me. So in this way, and then you take your time, and when you finish, you can open the eyes, okay? And then you can, if there is anyone that you remember, just in the middle of the day, you can send them the loving kindness. The Buddha said that this kind of loving kindness is very, very important. Loving kindness is very, very important to develop the mind by loving kindness. It's not cutting the worry, it's not cutting the anger, yeah? But it's help us to overcome it. Something like press it a little bit. To cut it, really, it's by mindfulness. Does that answer to your question? It was first time for you? How it was the meditation? How you feel with the meditation?
Yeah. I didn't, it was not so easy.
Why?
Because the coordination between the acknowledgement and the doing, I had the feeling I was unconcentrated.
You see, the way that it is, this is the way. Whatever there is there, it's okay. When we are practicing, we develop the ability to pay attention exact what we are doing and how we move. It's a matter of training. Yeah. Usually we just walk and we look at other things. We don't pay attention what we are doing. We are driving and then we are looking at the commercial or other things. We are not fully with the driving. Even people, they are cutting vegetables and tick, 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 talking or something. Easy, pick it, and can cut the finger. Even small, simple things, people going down on the stairs and they are already, actually their mind already outside the temple. All these things that we are doing something, our mind another place immediately, many times cause us to make mistakes. We hurt ourselves and sometimes we hurt other people. But this is nature, that even that we have mindfulness, but it's not developed. Many times our mind in another place. And that's why by this simple exercise that you are doing, you are training yourself. So in the future, it will be more and more smoothly. Because Vipassana, it's not to stop the thinking, it's to see that you are thinking. And every time your mind is jumping, because you see it, you will be able to bring yourself back. But not because you ignore it, not because you push it away. You are aware, and by awareness you bring yourself. Suppose I go with my child and we are standing and my friend come and talk with me. Okay, the baby is in the sitting down, and I talk with my friend. Yeah, and I'm talking, and suddenly the baby start to cry. So what does it mean? I have to concentrate with my friend and I don't want to listen to the baby? No, I have to pay attention, to be mindful for the baby. Maybe something fell, I have to take care for him or something, and then I can come back to my child. Even when I'm driving, what does it mean? I only concentrate on the driving? Yeah, but if the child want to cross, if I'm mindful, I pay attention, and then I can come back again. Okay, I see that it start to be late for you all, okay? So thank you very much, I appreciate. I wish you all find the real happiness.